Welcome to the Friday, December 13th, 2019 video version of the Wagner Daily. And as usual, once a week, this video replaces the written commentary portion of our report. And hopefully it serves as a nice change of pace as well as gives some insight as to what charts we look at, the time frames or indicators, and how we analyze charts. And we're going to run through broad market averages, a few of them, not all, current open positions in the report, and then we'll get into potential setups over the next few days. Top performer on Thursday was the S&P Midcap 400 MDY with a 1% move. And just about all these indices will have the same type of look over the past 5 days. We have a nasty undercut from a sharp sell-off here. Then we have a bounce and then a bull flag type of consolidation just sideways. IWM had it, the S&P 500, QQQ, NASDAQ Composite, IWP, which is mid-cap growth, just the growth stocks, which lagged but had the same type of formation. It just didn't break out. And FFTY, which is the IBD 50 ETF, which was actually down almost 1% today. While we've seen a pickup in IWM and MDY, the small and mid-cap indices, there still seems to be a bit of a lag in growth. So overall, broad market conditions are fine right now. The rally's in pretty good shape. On to open positions. EVER, we sold half the remaining position on a limit order around 33.85 this morning on a bounce. Luckily, we didn't have to sell down here. There was a nice almost 10% bounce that allowed us to lock in a 16% gain on that half position. Our stop is now down below here, and we're just going to let it go and see what happens here. SC, after reversing off the 20-day EMA in early December, it stalled at the prior high, pulled back in, and reversed on 12.11 on a pickup in volume. If we're not already long, this would be a pretty good spot to enter around the 37 to 37.50 area, with the stop around 5.5, 6% away. NEO, we're still long. Looks pretty good. A little bit of a false breakout today, but that's fine. And the trade should be okay as long as it holds this uptrend line. AMRN, false breakout a few days ago. Not much of a pullback though. Pretty tight. Still holding above the 10-day MA here, which you can barely see. There it is. So if it can get above Thursday's high within the next day or two, then we could see the price action attack the 23.60 and 24.70 area. GDS, we're long from an entry, I believe, back around 44. We're up about 10-11%. We survived the pullback to the 20-day EMA, and now we have a trailing stop just beneath the 2-day low to lock in gains in case the price action stalls here. IAVA, we're long from a pullback entry on 12.4 after this strong move up on 12.3. We put in a limit order that was filled the following session, and the trade looks to be in pretty good shape as long as it holds above this uptrend line, which is tracking near the 20-day EMA so far. And finally, we have SHOP, which triggered 2 days ago, and there wasn't much follow through. And there is the possibility that SHOP may need to undercut these few days worth of lows here, maybe possibly touch the 10-day MA or undercut it slightly, and then reverse higher. We'll see. As far as setups, we're monitoring TPX. Looks like it's broken the downtrend line, and now it's trying to move higher. Maybe if it stalls here for a day or two and then pushes through 86, that could be a lower risk entry point. The next entry would be around 87. We say the 86 entry is an early one because the clear resistance is at 87, where there are several weeks worth of highs. ZoomZ gap significantly higher, about 12% so, and closed above range highs. I believe at least new 52-week highs here, and has pulled back Look for a move above the 2-day high as a potential buy entry. ROCK, Rock Building Materials, we have a strong uptrend in place. And here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-week pause. There's the break of the downtrend line. Here's the first pullback. An early entry would be over the 3-bar high around 53.55. Looking for the price to hold above the 20-day EMA. And depending on the price action, the next entry would be around 54.50. REPH is an explosive biotech stock that had a 50% move off the 50-day MA. The price action tried to break the downtrend line but failed. If it can clear this 3-day high, that would be an entry. Also, this is sort of like a reversal candle here. So a move through the high of the reversal candle could be a spot for an early entry for minimal size, and then one could add more through the 3-day high. And Crocs broke the downtrend line on a pickup in volume. Since then, the price has pulled back in. So a move above Thursday's high would be a decent entry point, looking for the price action to break through 37 and eventually test this 39 area. IPHI put in a pretty strong move so far off support of the 50 MA. Stopped just shy of the 50 here. Nice surge on decent volume. We're looking for some sort of pullback over the next 3 to 5 sessions. FND recently broke the downtrend line and then broke out to new swing highs within the base. Any lighter volume pullback over within the next 2 to 3 days could produce a buy entry, so something to keep an eye on. And last, I'd like to go over a very simple technique we use here to evaluate the quality of a basing pattern. And to put it simply, we're looking for most basing patterns to tighten up as they move from left to right. So for example, FRO, pretty strong rallies in place. The 50's above the 200, the 20's above the 50. There's a break of the downtrend line after a 21% correction. There's a rally. The first pullback that holds is 9.8%. So FRO's gone from 20% pullback to just under 10. Then there's another swing here. And if this pullback finds support in this area right here around the 20-day EMA, then that would be a 6% correction. So again, going from left to right, we have a 20%, 10, and 6. And let's run through one more example here. We have a 30% pullback in TW, 10, 5 within this range here, and then this pullback is 4. So it's tightening up. So that's a bullish sign, and the weekly chart looks pretty good too. But no trigger yet above the range high. It's tried to but failed on several attempts. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more. OXFD, we have a base here with a 15% pullback. Then we have a 7. And now it's pulled back about 5%. If you'd like to learn more about our style of trading, head on over to our blog at morpheustrading.com/blog. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next week.